Hi everybody, Andrew Cherin, personal injury lawyer here. I represent people who are injured in car accidents in Seattle, Washington. And today I wanted to talk to you about when there's no insurance on the other side, what do you do on those cases? So if you have UIM insurance, underinsured motorist, you're set up pretty well. However, you do need a lawyer for these cases because your insurance company is not going to play fair, and I can't emphasize that enough. How insurance companies, especially your own insurance company, can often take advantage of you in situations where you may not be knowledgeable about what you're actually owed and what your policy rights are. So if you are hit by someone that doesn't have insurance, you still need to hire a lawyer, not to go after the other person, because frankly, if the other person doesn't have insurance, you're really not going to be able to collect from them anyways, because the people that don't have insurance generally don't have any assets that you can really go after, and it's just kind of a long and messy process that often ends up with you receiving nothing in your pocket in the end anyways, just because the collection efforts that are going to be made after you do get a huge award at trial are going to be like very hard, very slim or nothing. However, you do have some options though. If you do have UIM insurance, which is underinsured motorists, you can go through your own insurance company. This is a great policy to have, and I recommend everybody get it because there's statistics that show that upwards of 25 to 50% of people don't have insurance or have the bare minimum of insurance, which is $25,000 in Washington state. So to cover you, your medical bills, and your pain and suffering, $25,000 doesn't go a long ways if you have any type of surgery, because the surgery alone could cost $30,000. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't recover. It just means it's going to be a lot more difficult. So if you have UIM coverage for $250,000, which costs very little, surprisingly, if you don't believe me, go ask your insurance agent and see how much it costs to get UIM coverage on your policy. It's going to be surprisingly low. And I recommend you do get it if you don't have it right now. Get as much as you can because it's well worth it. I've seen too many cases where there's someone hit by someone that doesn't have insurance and they don't have insurance themselves. Those cases are so bad to have because there's nothing I can do in those situations, and there's not a lot they can do. If you are in one of those situations, there's one thing you can do. You can go after Washington State has some benefits that you can have called victims of a crime benefits. So if you go after, basically you're a victim of a crime because it's against the law to not drive without insurance. So if you drive without insurance, it's against the law and you're a victim of a crime. So you can get crime victims assistance, which will pay for your medical bills, but it won't give you pain and suffering. So you won't get that, but at least you won't have a ton of medical bills hanging over your head. And they can go after the person that's at fault and put all that into their name. All the medical bills, say you have $100,000 you can't pay, goes into the defendant's name. So, they don't get it off scot-free by any means. In a lot of situations, they are going to face huge penalties and face a lot of money that they're going to be facing, or a lot of charges that will hang over their heads for years. So if you have been in a car accident and there's no insurance on the other side, but you do have UIM insurance, I think you still need a lawyer.